Brandon, come in, Brandon. Can you hear me, Brandon? Is that good? Microphone check. Chickity check, check, check. Last 2020 of the year. Chickity check. That's chickity check. Can you hear me? Are you ready? All right, you ready? You're probably rolling anyways. All right. So I don't know what this is. This is not part of any sponsorship, so that doesn't go there. But these do, because these are the Traegers. And this right here, big shout out to, all right, are we starting? What's up, guys? Back again for another 2020. I want to skip one this year due to a win. And we only have one tournament left. It's the Forrest Wood Cup next month. Championship time. So it'd be pretty awesome to win that tournament. It would be real awesome to win that tournament. But this 2020 here is going to be all about the last tournament we just fished at Lake St. Clair in Detroit, Michigan. First of all, very cool place. As you got to see, the weights were truly amazing. Chad Grigsby almost broke 100 pounds, 97 pounds. And he had like the day three, I think he had like 19 pounds or 20 pounds or something. So a legitimate shot at breaking over 100 pounds for sure. But what a crazy deal. It was a special tournament for a couple of reasons. Number one, it was the last regular tour event of the year. I've had a pretty good season. You know, I look back at the whole season, and I think Harris Chain is going to get me in a little trouble. I didn't get a check at Harris Chain. Matter of fact, I did really bad at Harris Chain. I don't even want to think about it. But that put me in a bad spot. Now, I've fished good before that, and I fished really good after that. I put myself in a position to win the Angler of the Year. So going into this last tournament at Lake St. Clair, I'm second for points. I was 63 or 64 points behind Mark Rose. Now, what does that mean? That means I have to beat Mark by at least 64, I think 64 places. Brian Thrift was just like 8 points behind me. So I've got to beat Brian Thrift as well, which is never an easy feat. So going into this tournament, a lot on the line. I mean, I want to win the tournament, obviously, big deal, $125,000 tournament, Angler of the Year, be my second one that I've ever won. It would be awesome. I mean, I can kind of smell the blood, right? I mean, I'm going for it. So I fished good. I got a little sick. I admit I was a little under the weather for a couple days of practice there. It probably slowed me down just a hair. But nevertheless, I put myself in a good position. And, you know, after the first 2 days of the tournament, Mark Rose found himself outside of those 64 points. He finished, I think, around 66th or 67th place. So what did that mean? That means that I had to finish in the top three. Now, the problem with that was you had Chad Grigsby and you had several other guys just completely destroying them, catching like 25 pounds a day of smallmouth, and I was catching, you know, 20 to 21 pounds of smallmouth. And so to come in third was going to be a challenge. But I'm never scared of a challenge. It can be done. So going out on day three, I had to swing for the fence a little bit. Now, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm always swinging for the fence. I'm always trying to win the tournament. I'm always trying to catch the biggest fish I can possibly catch. But I did. I went out and I thought, you know what? I just need to catch 5 good ones. I need 23, 24, 25 pounds. You know, looking back now, actually, hindsight 2020, I actually needed more like 26 pounds the next 2 days just to even have a shot at it. But I went out on day 3 of the tournament, and it was one of those weird deals. You know, I ran down the lake and I started up the river, and first cast, you know, like a lot of people say if you get bit on the first cast or you catch fish on the first cast, it's kind of bad luck. Well, here, take a look at this. This is basically what happened on first cast. Got one. Oh my gosh. Good 4-pounder. There's like 10 places up this river. I only know of 2 of them that have fish on it right now, but they're on this same place they were 10 years ago.
How come they're not right?
I know. You'd think they'd be behind every one of these docks, you know. They're not. It's crazy. So So that's crazy, right? I mean, first cast, I hook a good one, 4.5 pound, big old giant nasty smallmouth. One that I needed to kind of get the day started off right. It just didn't work out. I lost the fish. Lost a couple more right after that in a couple of little places up the river. And that kind of put me a little behind the 8 ball, because to obviously to catch 24, 25 pounds, I need 5-pounders basically. I mean 4.5, 5-pounders. So I kind of got myself in a little bit of a jam. And then, you know, decided to go out in the lake and throw a drop shot around out where I'd been catching some nice fish. And basically just drop shotting with a 1/2 ounce drop shot, a little 2-aught hook, this little fluke style bait right here. And basically that's what I was drop shotting right there. That was my main thing out there. It was a little bit bigger, and I didn't have the brand newly released Guggen baits yet. I didn't have the actual ones that I needed for the smallmouth, so that's kind of crazy. Bad timing on my part, but this worked pretty good. But we did stick around a few days after the tournament and throw this thing around, and it was pretty ridiculous. So I don't know how many of you guys got to see Rob Lunkers TV's videos and John B, his videos as well, catching PBs on this thing right here. So I didn't have it, or I'd have been throwing it. But nevertheless, I threw this in the tournament. And you know, one thing that I learned, and it's St. Clair is a hard lake to win on, and here's why. You catch fish everywhere. You literally catch fish everywhere. And it boils down to, are you catching 20 pounds? Are you catching 21, 22 pounds? Or are you catching the 23, 24, 25 pounds? Because it's hard to make a decision saying to yourself, oh, I'm catching a lot of 4.5s, 4.5s, getting 21, 22 pounds. I should be good, right? I should catch a 5-pounder any minute. That didn't happen for me. So, you know, I really got content on where I was fishing. Now knowing what I know about St. Clair, the next time we're there and I'm catching 20, 21 pounds and I'm not seeing some legit 5-pounders, I'm moving, because they're in the lake. And the guys that found the legit 412s to 6-pounders, those are the guys that were in contention to win this tournament. 4-pounders and 4.5s, with nothing bigger than that, that doesn't get the job done at all at Lake St. Clair. So I learned a valuable lesson there. Again, I thought I was on something pretty sweet. You know, I mean, again, you're catching 4.5 pounders. You're thinking, oh man, you know, that's 20, 21 pounds. All I need is 1 5-pounder or 2 5-pounders a day. I'm sure I'll catch that, but I never did on those places. But you know, I stuck around a few days after the tournament and went to the other side of the lake and fished around some of those areas. Some of those guys caught those winning bags and caught 4 and 5 and 6-pound smallmouth. So it's all about location. Those fish seem to kind of group up in certain sizes. And so that was a very good lesson for me. The other two things that I learned was some days they bit the drop shot better and some days they wanted things on the bottom. I threw a drop shot primarily. Again, this 1/2 ounce drop shot. I did throw a swim bait right here up the river a little bit on some of those riverbanks and current spots. And this basically is the same swim bait rod you've seen me throw a lot this year for the spotted bass at Lanier. The 711 Okuma TCS. Well, this is my rod. I designed it. Power crank rod. 10-pound P-line tactical. Now, 8-to-1 reel, little 3/8 ounce head, little Kitech smallmouth magic, I think is what I was using actually. But let me give somebody some props right now. P-line, okay? Look, there's tons of line to choose from, guys. You go into Bass Pro Shops, you look down the aisle, it's literally like, it's crazy, right? Box after box, brand after brand. I've been using P-line for a long time, and the brand new tactical is the deal. I don't break fish off, I don't lose fish due to the line. I've lost some fish, but that's not because of the line. This stuff is awesome. It's very sensitive, and it's very tough, and it casts great. So the P-line Tactical 100% fluorocarbon, big thumbs up. Now what I did on the spinning reels is I ran 10-pound P-line X braid, which is an 8-carrier braid, did a double uni knot to 8 and 10-pound leader, and about 6 foot of fluorocarbon on that, drop shotted that. That was my main weapon of choice. And then I would throw a little Ned head as well, a little Ned rig, and throw that around a little bit with your traditional little 1/4 ounce little head. So that's basically how I approached the tournament. Now, one thing that I had on the boat this year that was so cool was the Panoptics, brand new live scope. Now, a lot of you have seen the videos and they saw how unbelievable the detail is with the fish swimming through. Those were giant tarpon, by the way. I'm sure if a sturgeon swam under my boat, I would see the sturgeon just like you saw the tarpon. But I was looking for bass, and let me tell you something. The bass showed up. I could see the bass. I could see the individual stalks of grass. I could see the individual bait fish, and I could see, here's what was so cool. I could see the size of the fish. I could tell you, and you heard me say it a lot of times in the video, that was a good one. Matter of fact, here, I catch a good one here, and I say it. Check it out. It's a big one. Big one. It's definitely a big one. I saw him coming, dude. He was giant. Yes! Dude, I saw him coming on that Panoptics, dude. That thing was cool.
Good job.
I saw him coming. I could tell he was big. That's why I said even before, dude, the hook fell out. Fell out. I saw him coming. See, I could tell by looking at the mark on the screen that that fish was a bigger fish than what I had seen before. And so that allowed me to target some of those bigger fish in the area. That was pretty cool. So the live scope is the real deal. I kept it at about 50 foot. Kept it on the forward view, front sonar as well. Worked great. Awesome. Cannot wait to use it at the Forrest Wood Cup at Lake Ouachita. Speaking of Lake Ouachita, jump right into it. Super excited about that tournament because it's where I won it back in 2011. So I have some special history at Lake Ouachita. We went there again and fished it when Brad Knight won it. I think I finished 4th or 5th in that tournament as well. So I'm excited about Lake Ouachita. We have a little family history there. My grandmother was born on the shores of Lake Ouachita. Even though I'm not from there, I guess you could call me a little bit of a hometown favorite or a little bit of a local boy there. I don't know. I've only fished it a few times in my life, so I'm not really considered a local, but I do have some sentimental attachment to that Lake Ouachita. It's going to be awesome. So be sure to come and hang out with me at the Forrest Wood Cup. Hot Springs, Lake Ouachita, August 10th through the 12th. It's going to be a lot of fun. They've got a giant expo set up, tackle for sale, all kind of cool things going on. We're going to be filming. We're going to be hanging out the entire week. So please grab some people and load up the car and come to Hot Springs and hang out with us. We're going to do lots of cool stuff, lots of meet and greets, and there'll be a lot of cool things you can come and do at Blast Off as well. All right, so here is another really cool thing going on. CarbonTV and Evinrude has teamed up to give away another Fish With Me contest. That's right, we've had the decked promotion going on with Kicker, which is still going on. We'll drop a link in the description down below for that. But there is a second opportunity. So for all of you that have signed up for the Deck Kicker Fish With Me contest, well, guess what? Here's a brand new one. Check it out. Sign up. We're going to be giving away all kind of trips. So I'm going to be busy fishing with you guys a lot this fall and early this winter. So check out these contests. Now, getting back to the tournament real quick, I want to give a big props to Matt Airy. Did great. You know, his back was against the wall a little bit. He kind of stumbled a few tournaments this year, and you know, he was looking good for the cup, but he needed to catch them. And again, St. Clair is a tough one because you can be on what you think's good ones, and it doesn't work out so well. So good big thumbs up to Matt making the cup. You know, Tom had a great tournament, but he was kind of stuck on what I was saying before. He thought he was catching good ones because we didn't know what the lake was going to produce. He was catching 17, 18, 19 pounds a day in practice and thought that's probably fine, right? I mean, that's kind of what we all thought would be good. And he was in an area that was producing that size fish, and he didn't fare as well in the tournament, but he caught a lot of fish, catching 17, 18, almost 19 pounds a day. I mean, that's a great tournament, right? So good job, Tom, even though you didn't get a lot of money for that. Looking forward to next year hanging out with you. I know you're going to do well. So big props to, again, Matt and Tom, but bigger props to this guy right here, Mr. Mark Rose. Congratulations, my friend, for winning your first Angler of the Year. This will not be your last. I guarantee it. You're too good of a fisherman. Now that you've tasted victory with that, I'm sure you're going to be in contention every single year. And of course, Brian Thrift, he did really well as well. It was a battle between Mark and I and Brian the entire year. A lot of fun. I'm sure it'll be, I hope it's a battle again next year, and I hope I come out on top. I'm going to be fishing hard for it. You know, the other thing that we've got going on real soon, guys, right as you're watching this, is ICAST. ICAST is the big trade show for the year. It's going to be going on down here in Orlando. Guggen Baits is going to have a booth. Okay, we're going to have our booth. We launched Guggen Baits, which you guys have all seen. Thank you so much for all the people that bought the baits. We sold out of these baits in 24 minutes, guys. That is unbelievable. Thank you so much, okay? A lot of people have been asking all about when we're going to get more in. We're going to have more in very, very soon. but these are the real deal. Why are they the real deal? Because we spent a lot of time developing this bait right here. My my Bandito, I designed this bait. This bait is amazing. OkeeChobee crawl. Matter of fact, I came up with that color like 25 years ago before anybody even called it OkeeChobee crawl, but that's a whole nother story. This color right here, OkeeChobee crawl, it's got great appendages on it. The baits smell good, they feel good, and here's the deal, guys. Anybody can go build plastic baits, right? But the plastic is the key. This stuff right here is poured right with the exact right amount of salt. The texture, the softness, the action of these baits I'm super proud of them. I'm gonna be literally super, super proud of them. I'm gonna be fishing them all the time. I mean, I have been. It's been unbelievable. Other than me not having the right ones at Lake St. Clair, but again, we won't do that again. So I'm gonna be fishing that a lot. Now here is the big, giant Shaky worm. Now I will be throwing this at the Forrest Wood Cup. This is awesome. This is a bait we designed. Super soft, scents, unbelievable. It's good stuff. So thank you very much for all that. So Googan Baits is real. We're gonna have a great booth at ICAST. Thank you again so much for all the support. Be sure to check out the Instagram page that we have for Googan Baits. I mean, it's growing like crazy. I think we're almost at 70,000 followers already on Instagram in less than maybe a week, week and a half. So you guys are literally the best fans in the world, and thank you so much for supporting everything that we're doing. Before I leave, a couple quick things. There's a gentleman that I have to give him a little props just because it is 4th of July, right? Okay, Mark Nunnally from Dayton, Tennessee, he actually sent me a couple little lures that he'd been playing around with painting. He did a really good job on painting them, and he sent me this one right here. His letter is very nice. He says he loves what we're doing in the SMC series, and he's been trying the airbrushing now for about 6 months, and he's doing good. So Mark, there you go. Check that out, guys. That's for 4th of July. He painted this bait right here, Stars and Stripes. Pretty cool stuff. So thanks for that little bait right there. Wanted to give you a little shout out for doing that. It's pretty awesome stuff. The other shout out is Big Daddy Baits. Now you've seen me throw the hair jig at Kentucky Lake and talk about them. These are my good friends in Tennessee that make the hair jigs. They just started making these little buzz baits with hair jigs. So it's a hair jig buzz bait. I've never thrown it, but I'm gonna throw it at Ouachita, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So thank you for making those for me. What else, guys? MTB, thank you very much. Got a lot of cool stuff going on Mystery Tackle Box. Videos dropping soon. Check out the subscription for it. I'm getting baits every single month, stuff that I never even knew existed, and I'm actually catching fish on them. So thank you, Mystery Tackle Box. Also, big shout out to Fish Brain. Now what I did is I dropped a waypoint on my Fish Brain account. Okay, so if you go and you follow me, we'll drop a link down below, follow me on Fish Brain, and you'll see the post I made about St. Clair, and I actually give you a pretty good little spot out there. So if anybody's going fishing on Lake St. Clair anytime soon, the fish should still be in that area. So check out what I was doing here and apply it to that little spot I dropped on the map. So thank you very, very much. Oh, last thing. I'm so glad I remembered this. I am so glad I remembered this. Yes, Brandon and Rob. They got a little excited because they're catching a few fish in the old neighborhood where we're staying there at Lake St. Clair while we're out practicing every day. So Brandon and Rob had the great big idea of challenging Billy to a little who's going to catch the biggest bag contest. That's right. Who's going to catch the biggest bag? Rob and Brandon on foot fishing around the islands on day one of the tournament while Billy's out in a boat as a co-angler fishing on Lake St. Clair. Who's going to win? So this was a great little, we're going to drop that video right after this video in a few days. So check it out. Matter of fact, here's a crazy clip. Here's a crazy clip of some craziness that went on there. Brandon was pretty excited. And so check this out.
What do you have?
It's like a 5-pounder.
5-pounder? No way.
Oh my.
Dude, that is a monster.
Oh yeah.
Wait, go in the light.
We
win.
Yeah.
What is this? Got to be like 4.5, 5 pounds.
Dude, that's a 5er.
Dude, he was way out there. I saw him swimming, and I cast it out there. Set the hook, got
I
him.
still can't see him. He's kind of dark.
Look at that monster.
So Brandon and Rob were super excited about fishing against Billy. They thought, you know, a little one-on-one action. And they've been fishing in the neighborhood all week. Matter of fact, they had caught a big fish. Brandon caught a big fish a few days ago, right before this. And he couldn't figure out how to get the thing in. So I don't know if you saw it on Instagram or not, but take a look at this and then I'll finish telling you what's going to happen in this little tournament thing.
I got a monster.
This is a monster. It's like,
I don't know what
this is like 15 feet down.
I don't know
Tell 'em what you're doing. Go.
I think I'm about to jump in and swim at the shore over there.
I think you should jump in the middle if you're gonna do it. Because right here, like right where he is.
Ready?
Hold that.
I don't know how big he is.
Hold on. Look.
Was that crazy or what? I mean, jumps off into the water. I don't know if that would count in the tournament. I don't know. You let me know. Does that count or not count? I mean, I think it should count. It was pretty cool, right? He didn't have a net, didn't have a trolling motor, but he caught the fish. But nevertheless, what you're about to see after this video is a little one-on-one action between, it's going to be Rob and Brandon versus Billy. It's going to be close. I'm not sure. We're going to have to figure out who wins on this one, but there's a lot on the line. So guys, I don't know. Enough said. Take a little break. I'm going to go to iCast. I'm going to go to the Keys. We're going to have a little family time, but we're still going to be dropping some videos. So thanks so much for all the support. Thank you for allowing us to get to 300,000 subscribers. And all you have to do, guys, is keep supporting us. Team SMC, thank you very much. Share the videos, like the videos, I read every comment. I really do. I read them. I don't have a chance to answer everyone, but I promise you, I read them. We read them. Okay? So thank you, guys. I don't know. We need to go. I need to go. I need to go eat dinner. I'm hungry. I don't know what else I have to do. I'm probably forgetting something, but if I did, we can cover it in the next video. So, guys, thank you very much. We'll see ya. Bam!